Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a you versus them love reading for my dearest Scorpios. Scorpio, I'm going to take a look at your person's energy on the left, your energy on the right, and then we're going to see what's happening between you right down the middle. If these messages resonate, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, let's get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my lovely Scorpios, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the King of Swords in reverse, okay? You're showing up as the Eight of Cups in reverse. And we're seeing the Ace of Pentacles. So some of my Scorpios, this is someone that you want to come back to. This is possibly an ex. They could be an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or maybe this is a connection that, this person's not talking to you right now. It could be that it's just not an established relationship just yet. Or it's someone here, who you just see around, but you haven't actually had a conversation with. And we see the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. But I do warn you, Scorpio, for some of you, this person may not be single. For some of you, too, it feels like you might work with this person or you see them around. But just be aware, this person might not be single, or they may have some unhealthy habits here, or they might be struggling with some health or financial issues. But there is potential here with this Ace of Pentacles, all right? So let's see. Why do we have this King of Swords showing up in reverse? Okay, Ace of Cups. See, this person is definitely feeling the love here with you, Scorpio. So again, you might just be crushing on each other. I feel like this is somebody like I feel like you're just not talking to this person, like you see them around. Let's see how they're viewing you. They're viewing you as the Nine of Swords in reverse. So they're definitely a little bit in their head around you. You might make them nervous. I actually feel like they sense that some of my Scorpios, you get a little bit nervous. And, yours truly is a Scorpio moon. And sometimes Scorpios, when you're in a room full of people, the person you like the most, you avoid or you don't talk to, or you have a hard time being like open and friendly with. Not all of you, but that sometimes is like that Scorpio trait. And so this person picks up on either you being a little bit nervous or they're kind of in their head about you, because I feel like they sometimes think there's something there, and then other times they think that you don't like them at all. Okay. All right. With the Eight of Cups, and some of you, this is somebody that if you have dealt with this person, let's say it's somebody from your past, this person may be just a little bit worried that things are going to go back to, the way they were, when things weren't working out. So with the Eight of Cups showing up in reverse, you are, spending a lot of time wondering about this person, fantasizing about this person. Some of you just can't wait to see them again. Again, you run into them like on your way to work or at your favorite lunch space or at the dog park or grocery store or something. Yeah, there's that Temperance energy, but you might be giving this person a bit of the cold shoulder is what I'm getting. And like I said, sometimes that happens. And me being a Scorpio moon, I definitely know that sometimes that happens. Like where the person I like, I have the hardest time not being nice to, but, like showing them that, right? And so, you might be giving this person a little bit of the cold shoulder. You might be feeling a little bit off balance because of this connection, because of the adrenaline, because of the endorphins. I feel like you think about this person a lot. You're viewing them as your Two of Cups. That's why. You're seeing them as a really strong soulmate. So with the Ace of Pentacles, there's a lot of potential here for, this is a potential for something solid, stable, and secure. Because if they are dealing with someone, they may be unhappy in that situation, or it might be one that's not, that's not going to last, or, that isn't quite serious, all right? So they're viewing the relationship as the Ace of Wands in reverse. So for some of you, they're seeing this potential, right? But there's all these aces coming through, but I'm also seeing that this person might be seeing this right now as a platonic connection, either because they're involved with somebody else or because they're not really sure about how you're feeling. For others of you, they think that you're going to reject them, and you're viewing this relationship as the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is something very romantic, something you want to move towards. And we see the Hierophant card showing up in reverse. So this could be somebody who's very different from you. It could be somebody you're in separation from. But the Hierophant energy in reverse is saying, you know, that, or you, a lot of you, you're recognizing that you need to switch up some codes of conduct here and do things differently and let this person know how you feel. All right, so let's see what you need to know about this person. Okay, so we see indecision. So your person, again, they may have a decision to make about you and somebody else, or between you and somebody else, or they're feeling a bit indecisive about this connection, but I feel like that's because they don't know how you really feel. All right, the Garden and the Gate, but this person is definitely, you know, they're looking out at the possibility of like, you know, should we, shouldn't we, you know, should I make a move? Does Scorpio like me? All right, and we see the second chakra coming out imbalanced, all right, which, you know, sometimes this can lead to, you know, this person feeling like a little bit emotionally overwhelmed, and that might happen kind of easily. This person could also be experiencing creative blocks, or, you know, not being able to imagine, you know, having a loss of imagination. They could be a little bit out of touch with their emotions or closed off, or they could also be experiencing sexual or reproductive issues with an imbalanced sacral chakra. And for some of you, this is not for all of you, but for some of you, this person is a little bit nervous because they may actually have some sexual issues. Okay, like maybe they've been experiencing difficulties in that arena. Okay. Even if they're really attracted to you, they might just be worried that they won't be able to, you know, do that. All right, let's see. What else might be holding this person back? Okay, too hard. You believe that it has to be hard, but it doesn't. Let love flow naturally in your life. Okay, so, you know, this person may sometimes just feel like, you know, love sucks, or love is too hard, relationships are too hard. Okay, and being cold. So I do see that, like, you seem unapproachable because you're aloof. Try being more friendly. You know, again, this person may sometimes, you know, shut down as well, or they may act aloof because it may just seem easier, or they're in protective mode. In your energy, some of my Scorpios, we have fear of touch. Now, this isn't going to be for all of you, but you don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable with others. Okay, and you don't have to rush anything. And we see past trauma. Okay, so you need to take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on. Okay, so some of my Scorpios, there's still some healing to do, and it's just about recognizing it. Remember, healing is, you know, is not a sprint, you know, it's a marathon. Okay, all right, let's see, what does this person want to say to my Scorpios? What does this person want to say to my Scorpios? Okay, situationship. I don't think we need to label things or define our relationship. That could be the case. It could be this person isn't quite looking for, you know, something serious. But I'm also seeing here that this person might have a situationship around them. Okay, so it may be something that you do need to know here. And we see queer. Being part of the LGBTQIA plus community is a really important aspect of my identity. So that is going to be a very specific message for some of you, but it is not going to be for all of you. Okay. All right. And let's see. Final messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios, please. Deception. You're not seeing the entire picture of a person or situation. It may be purposefully withheld from you, or you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. It's time to get clarity. So it's definitely time to see things more clearly, maybe even talk to this person, because I do feel like there is something there that you're not quite seeing. It could be about something, you know, like something having to do with a health issue or their finances, or possibly, you know, them having this situationship or another person around them. All right, my lovely Scorpios, I'm going to leave it here. Sending you love and light. Take care.